unbelievers. He fought them with great effort. God named him the Jihad of calling to God.
A device for teaching the Quran, a device for clarifying the Sunnah, Jihad, clarifying the jurisprudential rulings, and striving against them with a great jihad. If we mention the word jihad, nothing comes to our minds except combat jihad, even though there are 4 levels of jihad before combat.
The first jihad, the jihad of the self and desires.
God Almighty said, "And those who strive for us." Therefore, he confided on the authority of some of the companions that he said when he returned from a battle. He said, "We have returned from the lesser jihad to the greater jihad, the jihad of the self and desires."
For us, education is a basic education.
Basic means the first basic stage in education, and I believe that the jihad against oneself and one's desires is the basic jihad.
The one who is defeated by himself cannot confront an ant.
We have what he can.
He fought them with great effort. The second jihad, the preaching jihad. It means there is blood for the martyrs and ink for the scholars.
The third jihad,
constructive jihad. To contribute to nation building.
To have a mark in life. If you do not have a mark in life, you are an addition to life. This constructive jihad means a superior doctor.
Excellent engineer, distinguished university professor, author, distinguished, industrialist, distinguished.
We need an elite who contribute to the nation. This third device is jihad.
A. Myself. Claim jihad, make jihad. Check now, if we succeed in the psychological jihad and advocacy jihad.
The constructivist jihadist expects us to succeed in combat jihad.
Dear brothers,
he even explained the story of Abdullah bin Rawaha in a parable, a person walking on the road after the dawn prayer passed by a container.
A garbage container, and he heard a sound in it. He looked at her and saw a black bag looking around. He grabbed it and opened it, and a child just appeared.
Ibn Zina means.
He thought the story was realistic. The first part of us is realistic and the rest is follow-up.
Take him to the hospital. Put him in the incubator, take care of him until his body is healthy. Take him home, raise him as an adopter. They took great care of him and introduced him to primary, middle and secondary education.
He entered the university into the faculty of medicine, and continued his studies by sending him to America. He brought the board to his wife. He bought him a clinic.
Make it something mentioned.
Once, this uncle,
this one who grazed, this son who was in the container, saw him in his vehicle, and said to him, "Uncle, come home to me, may God be pleased with you."
She got up. She replied 5 seconds. Isn't this hesitation right for this person who took him from the container and made him a famous doctor? Isn't his uncle considered a criminal?
Do not look at the smallness of the sin, but look at whom you bought it from. That's why they said,
the sin of a hypocrite is like a fly,
while the sin of a believer is like a mountain perched on his chest, and the greater the sin is to you, the smaller it is to God. The smaller he is to you, the greater he is to God. So, there's a comment.
There are those who add another sin to their sin, which is not paying attention to this sin.
What did we do to you?
Is it against the curriculum? Would he say a word that he did not care about, causing him to fall into hell for 70 autumns? Fortified fling. It gives a 100-year treatment. They said, "What do you say about so-and-so?" Or what did they say? No word.
God knows best, he said.
Of course, the movement is studied by my voice. It is not equal to it.
What? You don't understand, but the lesson is illustrated. You understand.
A fortified slander destroys 100 years of work.
Once again, a man does not speak a word, does not pay attention to it, and falls with it into hell for 70 autumns.
Brothers, now God is great. Glory be to him.
He is the greatest in all.
His greatness. And absolute greatness. He is the one who is great and most high in himself.
God Almighty said, His throne expands the heavens and the earth.
A vision on the authority of Abdullah bin Abbas. May God be pleased with them both.
He said,
What are the heavens?
The seven and the 7 lands are in the hands of God?
Except as mustard in the hand of one of you.
Gesticulate?